Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Nothing to See Here podcast. Hi, it's Frankie.
It's Hannah.
I apparently am a crazy person for not knowing who an esports player is, which I did ask you guys, and you don't know who they are either. So
The odds of Hannah knowing any esports person are almost zero.
yeah, I know that. I know that. God forbid I don't know who Faker is. Anyway, hi.
I also don't know who Faker is.
What?
What games do they play? Do we know?
League of Legends. Why did you say?
Oh, boo, boo! Because I was assuming it was League. God, fucking League players.
I believe my boyfriend is a League player.
Yeah, and we're friends with a League player, so I'll insult them.
Which one? Is that Ryan?
Ryan's a League player, yeah.
Oh, but we love Ryan. But Ryan also doesn't
Yeah,
like.
I know.
He legitimately hung up on me. Like, I think it was like a fake angry, but like still, don't fucking hang up on me. Even Frankie doesn't hang up on me. He knows better.
No matter how much I want to.
Listen,
Anna doesn't
Brian.
even- Yeah.
No, I don't hang up on you, but this is addressed to your boyfriend now, Amanda.
Oh, okay.
I still have to interrogate you. And this is a tick in the wrong column, my dude. Hanging up on my bestie.
I'm gonna call him later tonight, and he's gonna be like, "Why would you air that on a podcast? Like, it's not like you listen to the podcast anyway."
Why would you
He's
air that
gonna
on a
start having
podcast 2 months later?
Yeah.
Listen, he has 2 months to catch up.
He does, yeah. He did tell me, he's like, what if I listen to it and I don't like it? Like, I don't know if I can lie to you. I was
That's
like,
fine. I don't like it.
Ouch.
wow. I think that was the meanest thing you've ever said to both me and Hannah. I love doing this podcast with you guys.
I love doing it. I don't like listening to it because I don't like listening to my voice.
That's not the same thing. He's not even in the podcast. And he's worried that if he doesn't like it, he can't lie to me about it. Which, I mean, he can not like the podcast, it's fine. As long as he's not like, you can't do it.
I'm glad he doesn't want to lie to you, though.
Yeah, no, it was super, like, sweet. He's like, and I don't think I'd be good enough at lying to convince you that I liked it. Anyway.
All right. Well, we have a very important episode tonight.
Is this really, Hannah, I loved this movie when I was a kid, but this actually hurt.
I was very sick when I watched this film and did my notes, so I'm kind of right there with you.
Don't get me wrong. Again, as a kid, this was great. I loved everything about it because it's a kids movie. But wow, what movie did you make us watch?
Well, it's been a hot minute, but we're finally back in Barbie land tonight with Barbie of Swan Lake. This one is exceptionally cursed because of the animal children.
Yeah, I don't think they're children. They're elves.
They're
they have
elves and
adult
Well, they
fairies,
look
but
like children.
they look like children, and we'll get into that because I have issues with that. Barbie of Swan Lake is the third CGI animated film produced by Mattel. Once again, they've taken a well-known story. This time it's another ballet. And they've allowed Barbie to star in a self-insert fanfiction.
This
The
time,
film...
Oh, sorry. I forgot. You're doing the film history. Never mind. Go on.
Yeah. No, you could... What were you going to say?
They once again do the self-insert fanfiction.
Yeah.
With Barbie as like a real person doing her own fanfic.
Yeah.
This is like the weakest framing device they had for any of them.
100%.
They just didn't even try. They're like, fuck it, who cares?
They could have just given us Barbie of Swan Lake without the frame narrative.
That wouldn't fit the established canon of the Barbie movies. Hannah, come on.
This
These are all stories that Barbie is coming up with on the fly to help her little sister overcome her fears
Yeah,
and
which
anxieties.
honestly, whenever she started talking about, there was this girl who turned into a swan. I was like, how is this gonna help Kelly like not be afraid to sleep over at sleepover camp?
It didn't.
Yeah, I know.
We'll get into that more in a little bit. Let's get through the film history now. Barbie of Swan Lake was co-produced by Mattel Entertainment and Mainframe Entertainment. Owen Hurley is back in the director's seat. He directed the first two Barbie films as well, and this will be the last we see of him for quite some time. Everyone say bye-bye to Owen. Or not, that's cool too. Also returning for Barbie of Swan Lake are the writers Alana Lesser and Cliff Ruby. They wrote Barbie as Rapunzel, and during this era of Barbie films, so 2001 to roughly 2009, these two will be writing the majority of the classic story adaptations. Barbie of Swan Lake, obviously, is based off of the German fairy tale Swan Lake, and more specifically, it is based off the Tchaikovsky ballet Swan Lake. Arnie Roth has once again composed the score, though the film heavily features the Tchaikovsky ballet score and the ballet's choreography. The London Symphony Orchestra was hired to perform the score, with then 15-year-old violinist Nicola Benedetti performing the violin solos. Also, I do apologize. As I said, I've been sick, so I really didn't look up name pronunciations tonight. Like Barbie and the Nutcracker, New York City ballet dancers were recorded in motion capture for the dance sequences. New York City Ballet Master in Chief Peter Martins returned to choreograph as well. As for the film's ballet dancers, you have Marie Kowarski, I believe is how it's pronounced. Again, I'm sorry, I didn't look up pronunciations tonight. She portrays Barbie slash Odette. Charles Asgard is Prince Daniel. Ellen Barr plays the Fairy Queen. Benjamin Millipede is Ivan the Porcupine. Janie Taylor is Carlita the Skunk. And Abby Stafford portrays the Fox. Our voice actors this time around are Kelly Sheridan as Barbie slash Odette.
I believe is Odile? Is that Janice from Friends?
Yes, that is Janice from Friends.
I thought so. And Casey Grammer, I think, is the evil dude.
I'm
Right?
sorry. I'm sorry. What did you call him? What was his name?
Oh, Kelsey. Sorry, Kelsey Grammer.
Casey. His evil twin, Casey Grammer.
Kelsey Grammer. That's who I meant.
Why do they keep getting these big names for the villains?
I don't know.
Again.
Mattel uses their budget to pay their big name actor for the villain.
We got my boy Fraser Crane up in here.
I can't believe he called me out on. You always call me out on mispronouncing names. I hate it.
Yeah, but that wasn't just mispronouncing. You got his name wrong.
I'm so tired, and Hannah, this movie was awful.
But you loved every minute of it. Admit it.
No, actually. I watched it after I got like halfway through. I watched it at 2 times speed.
Oh, that would probably have been such a good idea.
It was such a good idea. It was basically, it took the rest of the movie, which was 45 minutes, and made it like 15.
Oh, I sat through normal speed.
Mm-hmm.
So did I.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. Who's the smart one now, bitches?
Alright, calm down.
Let's go through our voice cast properly.
Mhm.
Kelly Sheridan is Barbie slash Odette. Kelly is in this for the long haul. She's not leaving us until 2015.
Good for
Mark
her having a
Hildreth-
job.
I'm sorry.
I said good for her having a steady job.
Yeah,
Yeah.
honestly.
Yeah. Mark Hildreth is returning to the Barbie universe once again as Prince Daniel. Again, another voice actor who is going to be with us for quite a long while. As we said, Kelsey Grammer is Rothbart, our movie's villain. Venus Terzo plays Lila, the unicorn. Kathleen Barr is the fairy queen. Nicole Oliver plays Carlita the skunk. Ian James Corlett is back as well. He plays Ivan the porcupine this time. Maggie Wheeler, best known for playing Janice on Friends, is here to play Odalie. Is that how it's pronounced?
Or Odile.
Odile. Okay.
Yeah. Odile. It's Odile.
Odile. That's what I thought. It was Odile, but then I'm like, I heard 5 different pronunciations and got confused. Michael Dobson plays Erasmus the troll. Chantel Strand has returned as Kelly. Gina Stockdale plays the Queen Mother. Brian Drummond is Reggie, and Gary Chalk is the baker. And that's the voice cast.
By the way, I don't know if Frankie knows this, so I'm gonna just say it anyway. Jean Grey from X-Men Evolution is the same voice actress as Lila.
Who was Lila?
The unicorn.
The unicorn, okay, yeah. The horse of the film.
Horse of the film.
I
Who didn't
can't
get
wait to
abandoned.
hear what your thoughts on the horse treatment are, Frankie.
She carried a sled on her own. Strong horse.
Most of my notes are about the horse and about me making Frasier jokes.
Beautiful. So Barbie of Swan Lake was released on VHS and DVD on September 30th, 2003, and it was distributed by Artisan Home Entertainment. This will be the last Barbie film Artisan Home Entertainment distributed before merging with Lionsgate. The film premiered on Nickelodeon on November 16th, 2003, and it received some pretty positive reviews. It was called pretty or beautiful by many reviewers. I think a lot of the reviewers had the mindset of this is for children. Nothing is groundbreaking. This is a Barbie film, and it's meant to entertain children for an hour, and it does its job. When I was going through the film's Wikipedia page, and I got to the critical response section, there was one reviewer named Robert Gottib. Again, I don't know if that's how it's pronounced. I did my best this week. He wrote for the New York Observer, and he just went off in his review, basically saying this Barbie film for children wasn't dark enough. This is the
Children must learn the harsh realities of the world.
Yeah, you gotta learn that fucking in a lot of the Swan Lake productions, fucking Odette dies.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the quote Wikipedia gave me. Divergences from the ballet are profoundly distorting. Nothing of the troubling heart of Swan Lake remains. Instead, we get a frisky feminist unicorn and an adorable skunk.
Right, what's wrong with the feminist unicorn?
Well, I don't think there's anything wrong with Lila.
Yeah, thank you.
But he ended his sentence in an exclamation mark, so you know he was mad. My brother in Christ. This film is for children between 5 and 10 years old, and it's a Barbie film. Did you really think they were going to kill Barbie?
Oh, she's not Barbie, she's Odette. So
the same difference.
Easy kill.
Well, that's all I have for background. Let's get into the synopsis of this film. It begins with Barbie as a camp counselor, and she spies Kelly up after everyone should be in bed. Kelly, or as she's called one time right in the beginning of the film, Shelly, she can't sleep. She says it's because her bed is lumpy and uncomfortable, but she's homesick. Barbie then reminds her about the race that's happening tomorrow. Kelly was apparently excited about it, but now she's like, nah, someone else can do it. I want to head home. which prompts Barbie to hit Kelly with some astronomy knowledge. She points out the constellation of Cygnus, or the Swan, before jumping into a story about a girl who turned into a swan.
Because nothing says, hey, stop being homesick. This girl turned into a swan and fought a bird wizard.
Maybe because Barbie always gives these long stories, she's just like, "Hey, I'll you really cracked yourself up there, didn't you?"
It would have been real funny
What?
if the movie, like, Barbie tells the whole story and then like it cuts back to them at the camp. Kelly's just not there anymore.
She's just like,
She
"I
just
would like
fucking
to
left.
go home."
She's
She just
walking
went
home.
back to bed. She went back to bed. She's like, anything's better than this.
I but no, I mean, maybe she was, because it seems like Barbie tells these types of stories a lot. Maybe she was just like, "Hey, this could be just like home. Let me tell you a long ass story."
Barbie proceeds to give Kelly the story of Swan Lake. In ye olden days, in a magical land, there lived a girl named Odette, who lived with her father and sister and worked in the family's bakery. The film quickly hits us with our first ballet scene, as Odette is seen dancing around the bakery when her father comes in. He tells her she's a beautiful dancer and that she should go to the town's dances with her sister. He's just telling her to go find a husband.
Get out of my house.
Yeah.
Like, I know it's like, go have fun with the other people in town your age, but like, as an adult, I'm like, yeah, he's just telling her to go find a husband.
No, there's a one point where he does say, like, "You and your sister are eating me out of house and home. Like, please
Yeah.
leave."
Yeah.
I can't afford this anymore.
Odette is a wallflower, and she's like, no, I can't go. I would be so embarrassed to dance in front of others. And then, in the most confusing part of this scene, Odette goes to eat a sugar cookie that Barbie says is her Odette's favorite. But then Kelly cuts in and says, make the cookies chocolate chip. And then
No,
we get
Oh,
a
shut up, Kelly.
You're not telling the story, bitch.
That is my second note. Yo, Kelly, shut up.
I didn't know it was Kelly. I was like, oh, is this other character speaking? I was so confused. This is the only time in the film where Kelly cuts in and interrupts and we see something change. So, like, what was the purpose of this?
Kelly only listens to stories if they have chocolate chip cookies in them.
I really thought the voices in Odette's head were talking to the viewer. Anyway, we look out the bakery window and we see Odette's sister, Marie. Marie is horseback riding. She's a horse girl. That's her whole personality.
She's a fast horse girl. She don't need no man, and she doesn't like cooking.
No.
Fucks gender norms.
Odette gives Marie food and then she leaves again. And that was it. That's our introduction to Marie, who really is not important to this story.
It's our introduction and most of interactions with Marie.
We transition to the palace now to meet the love interest. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. I'm still recovering from the cold that Amanda gave me last week.
It was given to me by a coworker. I don't want to hear it.
So Prince Daniel is practicing archery with some French dude who I guess is Daniel's friend. This French dude goads Daniel into making an impossible shot, but of course Daniel makes the shot with ease.
All right, Robin Hood. Slow down there. We already covered him. You missed your chance. You're not a fox, and you're not a short man who had to stand on an apple box.
Out of one of the doors walks the queen. She comes with a bunch of RSVPs for the upcoming ball, and they're all yeses from eligible princesses. Because this woman just wants grandkids. I feel she is the problematic boy mom.
I don't know about this because the king from Cinderella also wanted grandkids. So I feel
That
like
is true.
those two would be a power couple.
We then cut back to Odette. She's still in the bakery. We see a bird who is mimicking her dance moves, and then it falls into a bowl of flour. And we get to learn that Odette is kind and gentle as she picks the bird up and carries it to the door for it to fly off. And I'm pretty sure they go on to use that flour. But all of a sudden, there's a commotion in the village. A unicorn is running loose, and a bunch of dudes are trying to kill and or capture it.
Not a promising start for the treatment of horses in this movie.
It
Not
was
a
okay.
promising start at all.
It's okay because the unicorn is too smart for the humans and evades the men even after one man ends up getting a lead rope over its head. The unicorn gets to escape, and Odette is the only one who follows it, mainly to get the rope off.
I will say, in this movie, it is not Barbie that is mistreating the horse, so it's a little better. But also, why does noted horse girl Barbie always have mistreated horses in her movies?
I don't know, Mattel, can you answer?
The director, what was his name? Owen Hurley. He's
Yeah.
actually a horse girl in disguise.
And this is his final one. That's why he was uninvited. He was never invited back
Yeah.
because of the mistreatment of horses.
We finally cracked the case. We end up following the unicorn all through the forest. It at one point goes over a river. At another point, it crosses a fallen tree that is a bridge over a ravine. And behind a waterfall, it touches its horn to a boulder. And this boulder magically moves out of the way because it's a secret door. Odette rushes after and manages to make it through the secret door just as the boulder moves back. And we have found a beautiful, magical secret lake. Odette continues to track the unicorn. It has once again gotten itself tangled in like roots of a tree or like brush. But it's at this point that we learn something very important. The unicorn can speak. Odette is kind of in shock because, whoever would have thought that this creature that doesn't actually exist can talk? She does get over her shock and she begins to look for something to cut the rope with as the unicorn kind of admonishes her. Odette ends up finding rough gems in the side of a tree and she goes to grab one. It's at this point that we see a woman just floating in the air watching Odette. And we also see a bunch of little forest critters, and they all talk as well.
Notice none of them are helping their friend, so that's good of them.
Yeah. Well, they don't have opposable thumbs.
They could do something. Anything. They could bite the rope. They're animals.
No, they're all watching Odette in awe because they don't see humans all that often in the magical forest. Then the skunk realizes where Odette is headed, and she gets frightened. What for? We don't know. The skunk simply says that someone should warn her. So obviously Odette is going to die if she touches these gems.
That is not what I got at all. I just got, oh no, don't do that. That's just what I got. I didn't think she was gonna get hurt or anything. This is a fucking Barbie movie, Hannah.
What else am I supposed to think when the forest animals are like, "Oh my god, she's going to touch it. She shouldn't do that. Something bad's going to happen." But no one does anything. And the floating lady and the critters all watch as Odette pulls a giant gemstone out of the tree and frees the unicorn. And this is when the floating lady, aka the fairy queen, flies over and thanks Odette for helping Lila the unicorn.
By the way, Fairy Queen does have opposable thumbs. Why isn't she doing shit?
Because she's royalty. Why should she lift a finger?
Fuck her. She royalty over what? The leaves?
Yeah.
There's nothing in that forest. I don't know why everyone's fighting over control of this fucking forest.
Anyway, the Fairy Queen introduces herself to Odette, and now we get a major exposition dump. Odette is the chosen one. She was able to pull the gem from the tree, so the gem now belongs to her because she's going to save the forest critters and the magical lake from the evil Rothbart. He and the Fairy Queen are cousins, and when the former king had to choose a successor, he chose the Fairy Queen instead of Rothbart. So Rothbart went away and learned the dark arts. He then returned with his daughter.
AKA, he returned with his psychiatry degree and
Mm-hmm.
his psychology degree, and because he's Frasier.
Thank you.
This is all my notes now from this point on is just Frasier jokes.
So
Jesus
glad.
Christ.
Well, Rothbart returned with his daughter, and he began taking over the magical forest. And you know what the Fairy Queen did?
Nothing.
She sent a bunch of children, fairies and elves, into battle for them to be turned into animals. Hence all the talking animals that are hanging around.
Not just talking animals, also slaves.
Yeah. Yeah. Now Rothbart has an evil stronghold in the magical forest where his power grows stronger with every prisoner he takes. But that's all going to change because Odette is here now, and she's the chosen one because she pulled that gem from the tree. Yeah, Odette's having none of that. She's like, no, I'm going back home. I'm not the chosen one. I'm not going to get involved in your war. So she gets the fuck out of there with an escort from Lila. But as they're leaving the forest, a very, very large hawk descends from the sky. And this hawk is Rothbart, and with him is Odalie, his daughter.
Odile. Yeah. Odile.
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 Okay. I'm gonna pronounce it 5 different ways tonight.
I know.
You know what? I'm gonna call her Janice.
I'm good with that, actually.
Lila is ready to throw hands the minute she sees Rothbart. But no one gets a chance to do anything because it's in this very moment that Odette is turned into a swan. So she can't best Rothbart. He plucks a feather from her wing for no reason, but then Lila stabs him in the ass with her horn and runs in one direction so Odette can fly off in the other direction. Odette manages to return to the Fairy Queen, where she receives a crown with the magical gemstone as its center stone. The Fairy Queen tells Odette that as long as she wears the crown, Rothbart and Janice can cause her no harm. Obviously, our villains follow. He calls the Queen weak and vows to take over the forest. And he does try to kill Odette, but the magic crown does indeed protect her. Odette just starts begging the Fairy Queen to change her back into a human. But all the Fairy Queen can do is allow Odette to change back into human form from sundown to sunup. She now has the same fate as the talking animals, as we now get to see them turn back into their fairy form. Except they're all Kelly and friends. And they're all cursed looking. And the scene is making me deeply uncomfortable because before they transform, the skunk and the porcupine were aggressively flirting with each other. The skunk especially was trying to act kind of sexy, but like I said, they're in the form of Kelly and friends, so they look like children.
Yeah. I mean, good for like the skunk and the porcupine for
Yeah.
wanting to have a romance, but don't do it in kid bodies.
No.
It was fine
You
when they
gotta
were in animal bodies. I was okay with
stop
that.
that immediately.
The minute they
Yeah.
show me like a 6-year-old, I'm like, no.
Yeah.
No. Mm-mm.
But them as the skunk and the porcupine, fine.
Yeah. We get more exposition now. As we know, only Odette can stop Rothbart, as she's the one to wield this magic gem.
Or the medical
And
board, they could just shut him down immediately.
well, how they can defeat Rothbart is written in the book of forest lore, that's its actual name, which only Odette is able to open. But first
You
they
think
have
they
to
wrote,
get
you think they wrote Book of Forest Lore as like a placeholder in the script and then just never got back around to editing it?
maybe.
They just forgot.
I mean, the magic gem doesn't even have a name. It's just the magic gem.
This is a movie.
Yeah. Supposedly, the Book of Forest lore is guarded by a massive troll. And Odette is just a helpless young woman, or a swan, for half the day. So Lila volunteers to go with Odette as protection.
To be fair, women are dealing with online trolls now all the time, so Odette can deal with
Yeah,
this fucking troll.
yeah. We quickly cut back to the palace. Prince Daniel has received a package. He bought a square globe, and he wants to explore the world. So he has a character trait now. He's adventurous. Back with Odette and Lila, they've reached the vault door, which Odette unlocks with a magic leaf key given to her by the Fairy Queen. And she and Lila enter. Instead of just staying on them, we get another cut and we go back to Odette's sister and father, who are just worried about Odette. They're there for 30 seconds.
Not even.
Yeah. There was no point in this cut. Back with Odette and Lila, they meet the troll who guards the Book of Forest lore. And this whole time, he has been described to the audience as a monster. Has this big villainous creature who eats humans. Yeah, he's just an underpaid librarian. He's just so overjoyed to have visitors, and he begins asking after his old friends. And he proceeds to have an existential crisis over his age, which, me too, my dude. Me too. Anyway, Odette asks for the Book of Forest lore and explains why she and Lila are there. And the three begin searching for the book because the troll has a terrible filing system. Turns out he's been using the book as a seat, and that's why none of them can find it in the book stacks. But it takes them all night and all day, and they still can't find this book. While they're searching, we get to go visit our villains. Janice is me. She's lounging on the couch. She's lamenting the fact that she has nothing to wear, despite having an overflowing closet. Like, me too, girly, me too. Rothbard is there pacing the floor, trying to figure out a plan. And we get one of those moments where the stupid villain makes an offhanded comment that sparks a plan. This time, Janice asks her dad why he just doesn't, like, kill Odette, because any old human can do it. Yeah. Anyone who's not Janice or Rothbart can technically kill Odette. So Rothbart heads out in bird form, and he manages to find a human out hunting. He finds Prince Daniel, of all people. And Rothbart leads Daniel to the magical forest. At this point in the story, Odette and Lila have returned to the lake's edge because they still haven't found the book. But Rothbart has found them. He flies down. He scares Lila and all the other animals, and he also scares Odette awake and chases her towards Prince Daniel. And because she's a beautiful swan, she would be a much better kill than the giant bird. So Daniel sets his sights on Odette instead of Rothbart, and Daniel gets in position to shoot Odette. But right at the last moment, he decides against that, because the swan is too pretty to kill.
Mm-hmm.
And wouldn't you know, She lands on the lake's edge right as the sun sets, and she transforms back into a human. So that's our meet cute. Daniel goes over to talk to Odette, and like she recognizes him. She's like, "Hey,
You're the
I
prince.
live in the. You're my prince. I live in the village. Hey, let me tell you what's been going on now." She explains everything to Daniel off screen, and we, the viewers, get to watch the skunk and the porcupine begin setting up a plan to embarrass Janice.
I have a question for the two of you.
I have an answer for the one of you.
As meet cutes go, how cute is it to if your meet cute is, hey, sorry I almost shot you with an arrow and killed you?
I'd be quite upset.
Yeah, that's a red flag.
Yeah, I'd be really pissed.
Yeah. So this movie doesn't accurately portray
Meet cute.
meet cutes. Got it.
So, with our main characters, Rothbard appears and begins threatening Daniel. He tries to turn Daniel into a pig, but Odette saves him by stepping in front of him. And Rothbard tries once again to attack Daniel with magic, but he's interrupted by his daughter screaming for him. Janice has been surrounded by 3 poorly animated skunks, and they just continuously spray her. I think this is the best scene in the film.
They like do a little dance while they're doing it too.
Yeah.
It looks like a weird cult ritual.
Yeah, it's strange.
So Rothbard takes his daughter home, and Odette then gets to, show Daniel Swan Lake where she now lives. As all the animal children set up a picnic for them and they ballet dance. It's very romantic. And Odette even gets a new dress. They give her a pink princess dress. And this like a minute and a half scene is that's the whole night in the forest.
The day-night cycle in this forest goes really quickly.
I get that it's supposed to be like they cut away or whatever, like, and it's been hours. But this, like, what, 10 hours that the pair have fallen in love. Daniel invites Odette to the ball that's happening tomorrow night. And then he just asks her to move in with him because he can protect her in the castle. And he does offer her rooms for her sister and father as well.
I mean,
Odette,
nice of him, but
like, talk about love bombing.
Yeah, like I really didn't think they shared that romantic of a moment. They ate dinner together.
It was the animals dancing around them.
They didn't even eat either. They just started dancing.
Is Romeo and Juliet a better love story than Barbie of Swan Lake?
Don't put that pressure on me. Frankie, you answer this one.
Yes.
I was also going to say yes.
They at least have interactions with each other beyond one ballet dance and then, hey, let's move in together.
Well, Odette declines. She's like, I can't, I won't, I can't. I'm connected to the magic forest and I can't leave it.
Bitch, 2 minutes ago you were told about this war going on with children and you're like, sorry, not my problem, actually, and left. I wanted to leave. You're only involved now because you're a swan.
Daniel proceeds to tell Odette he'll come back. He'll come back with the kingdom's army to destroy Rothbart. We should let him try. We should let him try. Let's see what happens. But Odette warns against doing that. She instead promises to come to the ball and asks him to find her family and tell them she's all right. Daniel goes to the village to talk with her family, but they're not there. They're out looking for Odette.
Don't forget that, like, he does act like a petulant child for a minute. Like, fine, if you won't come to the dance, then I'm not going either.
Like, I forgot about that.
Alright, fuck off. Don't go. Stay here then. Fucking die. I'm not gonna stand in front of you with my jewel.
So Daniel goes to look for her family. They're not there. He ends up leaving a message with just some random dude on the street to tell Odette's father and system to see him straight away when they get back. But there's no payoff to this. We never get the family never sees Daniel. Everything about Odette's family is so unimportant. Like, why did we waste budget on this? No one knows. But there's some good news, at least, because the troll has found the book of forest lore, and he runs off to alert our heroes. Except Rothbart has a spy outside of the library. There's a spy crow who goes to report back to Rothbart. That night, at the magical Swan Lake, the troll has arrived, and he gives Odette the magic book. And in it, it tells how Rothbart can be defeated. The one who frees the magic crystal will share a love so true it will overcome all evil magic. If, however, the true love pledges his love to another, the magic crystal will lose its power. It's set up to boil. It's set up for a true love's kiss. That's it.
Yeah.
No one is surprised.
Except there's no kiss.
There is no kiss. There's just hand holding. Now, Daniel's ball is not until tomorrow night. But the Fairy Queen is just excited to play dress up, and she transforms Odette's dress right away. And we get the pretty swan princess dress of a beautiful silvery blue and pink feathers. And we'll be ranking this dress later on. Odette then laments how she doesn't know how to dance. And we get a dance sequence from the Porcupine Skunk, Fairy Queen, and Odette, and the scene makes no sense because it was established right at the start that she loves to dance.
Mm-hmm.
The first thing we see of her is her dancing.
But she doesn't know how to dance at a ball because she doesn't go to fucking balls, apparently.
Yeah, dancing in a ball different than ballet dancing.
I guess.
The Fairy Queen teaches her ballet moves.
I know.
Ballet dance.
We know. We're aware.
The dance sequence ends with Rothbart taking the troll and the unlocked book of forest lore. The sun rises at this point. Everyone's back in animal form, but they all trail after Rothbart. He's in his castle reading the tome. He's formulating his evil plan. He's gonna send his daughter to Daniel's ball. He's made the necklace she's wearing enchanted so that every time Prince Daniel looks at her, she will appear as Odette. And then Daniel will proclaim his love to her instead of Odette, thus breaking the magic crystal and giving Rothbart the ability to take over the magical forest and, I guess, Daniel's kingdom. So Rothbart and Janice walk off, and our heroes make it to Rothbart's castle, which Odette flies into, evading some of the spy crows. Inside, she finds her troll friend who has been turned into a worm. And she flies back out, tricking some of Rothbart's spy crows in the process, because her friends get to beat up the spy crows. And we now go to the royal ball. Odette is on her way. She's flying in swan form. At the party, we see Daniel's mom kind of being problematic, as she's demanding that Daniel introduce her to his future wife. And who walks in at that point? Why, our villains, of course. Prince Daniel sees Rothbart, and he knows what Rothbart looks like, but he doesn't question it.
Yeah, it's weird.
Okay, I thought that too. I wrote that note down, and I was like, I'm not rewinding it to confirm this, but like he definitely knows what Rothbart looks like, and just goes, "Hey, yeah, that man's evil. Who cares?"
Well, not only that, but he has a ponytail. When the prince sees him, he has a ponytail, so I guess it's different.
That
He changed
ponytail
his
is
pants.
doing a lot of work. Yeah.
So Daniel sees Janice as Odette, and he only has eyes for her. And we get another dance scene. While they're dancing, Odette, in swan form still, is trying to find a way in. She's trying to go in through like every single door and window, but Rothbart is magically closing all the doors and windows so she can't get in. And at the end of the dance, Daniel asks fake Odette to marry him. Rothbart rushes over. He's like, "Did you just ask to marry my daughter? Did you just ask her to marry you? Do you even love her?" To which Daniel replies, "Yes." And we see outside that Swan Odette takes a nosedive to the ground. Her magic gem no longer lights up, and we see her change into a human as night falls. She's dead. The villains rush outside. Janice's enchantment is over. She's herself. She's like, "Hey, we'll be planning our wedding in the morning, dude." They all laugh. They run away. Rothbart goes over to Odette's body and takes the crown, giving it to Janice. But he takes the magic gemstone for himself. As we can see in the crown's silver, where the main gem would go, we can see reflected in the silver Daniel approaching with the sword. He and Rothbart get into a fight, which Rothbart has the upper hand in, as he does have magical powers. But Daniel ends up using Janice as a human shield against the magic, and she gets turned into a pig.
This made me laugh. This and like literally one of the last scenes.
Rothbart is now distracted because Janice is yelling at him. This is when the Fairy Queen and the gang arrive. While Rothbart is distracted, the Fairy Queen magics Odette's body over to the carriage. She's not dead, apparently. She's just passed out. Daniel, he runs off in one direction. The magic fairy gang goes the other way. They're headed back to the magic forest. Janice is still freaking out, but Rothbart leaves her to follow Odette and the Fairy Queen. At one point, the carriage is flying, because that's faster, I guess. Rothbart also tries to crush the heroes with a tree during the chase, but all this does is crash the carriage. Rothbart and the Fairy Queen proceed to have a fight, which really isn't much of a fight because he turns her into a mouse, like, in an instant. And no one else is up to the task of defeating Rothbart either. The only one who stands any sort of chance is Daniel, who does come in on a horseback. And he tries to shoot Rothbart with an arrow, which he does almost succeed, but Rothbart is magic and stops it at the last moment. Odette finally wakes up, and she sees the fight happening between Rothbart and Daniel and rushes over to help. Except she and Daniel are both hit by Rothbart's magic and are thrown to the ground, holding hands. Rothbart has seemingly won. He gets to gloat for like 0.5 seconds.
What he
But the
doesn't
magic-
expect is Huey Lewis and the News and the Power of Love.
Shut up, Frankie.
The
I think
magic
that's my
gem.
best pick yet.
The magic gem begins glowing pink because falling down while holding hands has bested evil magic.
Yeah.
We watch as Rothbart's castle crumbles. His area of control comes back to life. The Fairy Queen is no longer a mouse. The sentient animals return to their human form. And Odette and Daniel wake up with Daniel telling Odette that he loves her. And our story ends with a dance party in the magic forest. Odette's family has been found. Because Odette's dad is like, "How big do you want your wedding cake? How many layers, dude?"
Mhm.
And Odette comes in real quick. She's like, "Hey, we're not engaged yet."
But you can make that cake as big as you want.
Yeah,
She is.
For real. She's like, "We're not engaged yet, but we're engaged." And then we get
And
to
now Kelly isn't homesick anymore. She's fine because of this story.
we see what becomes of Rothbart and Janice first.
That's
Rothbart
true, yeah.
is stuck in hawk form, and he's the bird in a cuckoo clock. And Janice is forced to be a maid in the Magic Forest's library. And now we see that Kelly isn't homesick because she learned about a girl who turned into a swan.
She realized, hey, it could be worse. I could be stuck inside of a cuckoo clock.
I could be involved in a war.
I could have become a child soldier stuck as an animal.
Yeah. Yeah, the story, I guess, really did bore her because she's super tired now. So she's like, I'm going to bed. I'll run in tomorrow's race. Because she's found courage inside herself. That was the moral of this story.
And I thought she was homesick.
I don't know what. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think the writers knew.
Mm-mm.
He'll run in the race. Anything to get away from fucking Barbie and her
And that is
stupid
the
story.
end.
Mhm.
That is the end of Barbie of Swan Lake. Frankie, I need
Yeah.
to know, what is your thoughts on the treatment of horses after watching the whole film?
This is
I'm gonna be
crazy.
honest. This had the best treatment of horses because
Hence
the
why
horse.
the director was fired.
Yeah, hence why the director was fired. Barbie said, "You're treating horses too well.
Mm-hmm.
Get out of here." No, best treatment of horses. The horse is a hero in this story.
Yeah,
The
she
real
stabs the
MVP.
villain in the butt.
The real MVP.
I'm also curious, Frankie, where did you rank this film on your letterbox?
I think he died.
I do think he died as well.
R.I.P. to a real one. It's fine.
I gave it a 2.5 out of 5, which is the
Okay.
same rating I gave Barbie as Rapunzel. But it did rank higher than Barbie as Rapunzel.
Did it really?
It ranked one spot higher.
What
So
spot
Wow.
is it in?
it is in spot 35, and Barbie as Rapunzel is in spot 36.
And this is out of how many films?
As of today, 49 films.
I'm impressed that there are movies lower.
Um,
I know one of
I
them is
saw.
Jeff the Mongoose.
Yeah, one of them is Nandor Fodor and the Talking Mongoose. Movies that have been added, I think, since the last time we talked about this is I watched Transformers.
Oof.
That's in there. Uh Obviously the 1988 Phantom of the Opera movie you forced us to watch as well, Hannah.
Horrible.
Horrible. Black Phone 2.
Oh, is that not good?
Do you want Dollar Store Freddy Krueger? There you go. I got it for you.
Okay, cool.
Black Phone 2.
Okay.
And also below those two Barbie movies, but above Barbie and the Nutcracker, because that one, even though it has Tim Curry, is just atrocious.
How dare you?
Regretting You.
Oh, is that Colleen Hoover? The Colleen
Yeah.
Hoover movie, yeah.
Jen likes romance movies, and I forced her to go see The Smashing Machine with The Rock, so this was my
She
payment.
got you back. Yeah.
That. She did. She got me back, and I just see Regretting You, which I didn't like. Can I rip on Colleen? She liked it. Can I rip on Colleen Hoover for a minute here?
I fucking hate
Please.
Colleen Hoover.
I don't know anything about Colleen Hoover. I've never read a Colleen Hoover book. I don't know anything about her as a person.
Don't do it.
Well, I'm never going to, because like everything in this movie, in Regretting You, which I don't know how accurate it is to the book, but I imagine it was pretty accurate, was the most predictable shit ever. Like, I called everything that was going to happen in this movie in the first 5 minutes of the movie, and I was right on everything. I was so bored. It was competently filmed and competently acted, but like, I can't imagine if that's like how her books are written. I can't imagine them being good.
They're not.
People fucking eat them up though.
I know. Well, before we get to our rankings, we do have some goofs to talk about
Oh my
in Barbie
God.
of Swan Lake. Where
Yeah,
did the filmmakers fuck up this time?
I
They
did
made
see.
the movie.
I did see at the very end when the father was giving Odette's hand to the prince, like something weird happened there. Like, her hand didn't touch the prince's hand. There was space.
Yeah.
She doesn't want boy
Obviously.
cootie.
She really doesn't want to marry Daniel. He love bombed her, and then he did threaten to start a war for her. So, take that as you will. So, obviously, for our goofs, we have the one right at the start of the film where Barbie calls Kelly Shelly. Apparently, when Odette was dancing in the bakery, she seemed to be wearing flats, only to traverse through the forest and cross over a ravine minutes later in high heels. And there are issues with the dress lengths when Odette and the Fairy Queen are going to rescue the troll Rothbart kidnapped. The animators kept going back and forth between the ballet tutu length and the full-length gowns they had previously been wearing. Aside from calling Kelly Shelley, these goofs are pretty boring. Now let's rank this thing. We're going to start with our film ranking. We currently have Barbie Rapunzel in at number 1 and Barbie Nutcracker in at number 2. Where's Barbie of Swan Lake going?
And Frankie, I will leave this up to you because I don't give a fuck.
I put it at number 1. You know, I had the most fun watching this one, which isn't saying much because I had no fun at all watching any of them. But I
don't know where I want to rank it. I do think Barbie in the Nutcracker is the most boring of the 3 films, even though it has Tim Curry. I enjoyed watching Barbie Swan Lake more, but I do think Barbie Rapunzel is the best story we've had thus far.
I would agree with that.
So I kind of want to put Swan Lake in at number 2.
Your list, to be fair.
I mean, I want it to be all of our lists.
I will agree that it can go number 2.
Are we all cool with 2?
Yeah.
Okay. Next up, we get to rank our villain. Tim Curry is in the top spot. Angelica Houston comes in as a close second. Where's Kelsey Grammer as Rothbart going?
Bottom. Number 3. The Weeknd.
Number 3.
Did we talk about one of the favorite things where he ends up in a cuckoo clock and he says to his daughter, "Do you think your life's bad?" Did I miss that part?
Yeah, you did. We talked about that.
Yeah.
That actually made me laugh quite a lot.
It was bad. It was like he's the weakest of the 3.
He definitely is. For sure.
Okay.
Honestly,
it is.
His daughter was more evil than he was.
Why? Just because she was a mean girl?
Yeah, because she was just a bitch.
It's upsetting.
And her voice was annoying.
Yeah, I saw Kelsey Grammer's name and I had high hopes for it. So I'm a little sad.
I can't wait for you to meet the next Barbie villain.
Oh, me either.
I know exactly who this is. Wait, this is Martin Short, isn't it? It's Martin Short.
Yeah.
Yeah, what the fuck? How are we getting these people?
Because the whole budget goes to paying them.
What blackmail does Mattel have over these actors?
I don't know. Maybe I'll look into that in the future. Finally, we gotta rank Barbie's featured dress. What do we think of her Swan Princess gown? It's going up against the Sugar Plum Princess fit and the sparkly purple gown Barbie Rapunzel makes with her magic paintbrush. Personally, when I think of Barbie gowns, especially from this era, I think of the Swan Lake dress.
Yeah, I do too.
Okay. So I want to put it in at number 1. I think it's the best we've seen thus far.
I would agree with that.
Cool. Frankie, I feel like you've tapped out at this point. You're like, I don't give a shit.
I couldn't tell you what that dress looks like at all.
Cool. So it's going in at number 1. It looks like feathers, but it's not feathers. And that brings us to the end of tonight's Barbie episode.
Thank God. Amanda.
Yeah, what? Oh, right.
You're in control next week. What are we doing?
Oh, you guys. Hey, Frankie, you thought this was bad. We're gonna
did.
be watching. We're gonna be starting. Have you guys ever heard of Disney's True Life Adventures?
They're
Are these the
documentaries.
Yeah, these are the
They are.
documentaries, right?
These are the documentaries. The one towards the end, not the last one, but the second to last one, as the one with the lemming death. But this time we'll be doing the True Life Adventures, The Living Desert.
Nice. Can't wait.
I wanted to skip this, but Frankie proceeded to tell me that if we didn't skip the racist propaganda, we don't get to skip this.
That's true. That's how life works.
We
So,
unfortunately watched Victory Through Air Power.
yeah. But after that, it is Rob Roy and the Highlands Rogue, followed by
That
another
doesn't make me
documentary,
feel.
What are these movies?
and then
You said
20,000 Leagues
Rob.
Under the Sea.
You saying next up Rob and the Highland Road or whatever the fuck it was
Highlands
doesn't make me
Rogue.
feel any better.
Yeah. Then it's
I
another
don't know what the fuck that
documentary,
is.
Vanishing Prairie, and then it's 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
Well, this episode's about to be 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
Are we really going to be back in Disney hell?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
we
think we
are.
might.
We had such a nice, upward trajectory with Cinderella.
I don't know how this company survived. Let me tell you. Were there no movies in the 50s at all?
I don't know.
They were just like,
We
fuck,
were
I guess
very
this is a
easily
movie to watch.
People were entertained so easily back then, weren't they?
Alright, well,
Yeah, because they faked lemming suicide.
let's wrap this up. As of recording, we are on YouTube and Spotify. If you're listening to us on YouTube, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit for notifications so you know when each and every episode is uploaded. If you are listening to us on Spotify, remember to follow the show, leave a rating and a review. Hannah, you have a question, or are we moving forward with that one?
Oh,
It's okay. You were sick.
should we ask where you would rank Barbie of Swan Lake for
No.
second
No.
and third? No.
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 Question. What would you rather be turned into? A pig, a caterpillar, or
Who
what was
was
another
turned
thing?
into a caterpillar?
The troll.
He was
They
turned
said
into
it
a
was a
worm.
Whatever. It
A
looked like
mouse, a
caterpillar.
swan, a pig, or a worm.
Yeah.
No question. All right.
No! Get rid of the
No
swan.
matter.
Mouse, worm, pig.
Mouse, worm, pig. Okay.
Mouse, worm, pig.
Or the fourth option, the elusive mouse, worm, pig.
Oh,
Or the
Creature.
caterpillar. Or the caterpillar.
The caterpillar that didn't
you
show up
can't
in the
do
movie. He
5.
was cut.
yeah.
He's cut for time. No matter what you're listening to, remember to share the show with people who you think might enjoy what we are doing here. If you would like to send us an email and ask us a question about the show, or ask us questions you'd like us to answer, give us ideas for future episodes, or just leave a comment about the show, you can send an email over to
Nothing to see here podcast at gmail.com. As always, here is spelled HEAR.
if you would like to see some great artwork done by Amanda, funny memes created by Hannah, images of the things that we discuss on the show, then you can find all of that and more over on our Instagram page, which is
Nothing to see here pod.
and I think that is all to take care of. So saying goodbye and good night. It's Frankie.
It's Hannah.
I'm gonna, I guess, go research esport gamers now.
No, you gotta
Uh,
research the living dessert.
Oh, right, yes. How could I forget? I can't wait to see those ladyfingers start walking across the table.
Yeah. All right. Join us next week for that, everybody. It will be thrilling.
I doubt it.
So excited now.
Maybe we
It
should
is
all
on
just come in
Disney
with
Plus.
our favorite animal facts.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
All
Bye,
right.
guys.
Bye.
Bye.